Welcome to Murder, Mystery, and Macabre Monday. My name is Calliope James, and joining me today are my dear friends Hazel
Hey!
and Felicia.
Hey, bestie.
Today we will be discussing the case of Macbeth. Now, this guy was absolutely crazy. He has a huge blood trail behind him.
What exactly did this guy do?
Yeah, did he work alone or with someone?
So our main guy, Macbeth, was born in Scotland and received his title through war. He was prominent in battles, meaning he already knew how to kill someone before his first intended murder. And he was married and worked with the King of Scotland often. Well, apparently his wife was kind of abusive.
Wait, like beat him or like mentally?
Well, she would gaslight him like crazy. He claimed that she was the reason he committed the first murder when some weird witches told him some prophecy about him becoming king. I think somebody may have celebrated his victories a little bit too much, if you know what I mean.
He really said that witches told him he would be king? Seriously?
Yeah, and apparently this guy believed it. Well, when the king announced his heir would be some dude named Malcolm, Macbeth went mental and told his wife about it. His wife allegedly told him to kill the king and drive the heir out so that Macbeth can be king. So, Macbeth followed her advice.
First mistake, dude, first mistake.
We actually have a recording of the conversation leading up to the first murder from an anonymous source who would prefer to be referred to as WS.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk, wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now, to look so green and pale, at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeared to be the same in thine own act and valor, as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that, which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat i'th a dog.
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dare do more is none.
This wife is real toxic. He should have left her.
I agree, but she died anyways, so whatever. Well, he goes and kills the king, and the heir runs away because he is not going to get on this guy's kill list. Well, after Malcolm, our heir, leaves, Macbeth's buddy Banquo, who Macbeth said saw the witches too, starts thinking, this guy is a little sus here. I think he had something to do with this dead king.
As he should. Your friend gets told he is going to be king and then suddenly the king dies. I would run too.
This guy had a kid too. Apparently the witches told him that Banquo's children would be kings. I don't know.
He had a kid? Wow, poor kid.
Yeah, this kid has some serious trauma. Well, Macbeth confessed to sending an assassin to kill Banquo and his son, but it is believed that the son got away. Macbeth says that after killing Banquo, he started seeing things and thought he saw the vision of Banquo. His wife just kind of stepped out after Macbeth became king, so I think we know what she was there for.
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with them.
Anyway, after Banquo died, this dude kind of went crazy. Apparently, Macbeth had a huge meltdown in front of his dinner guests and claims he was seeing the ghost of Banquo. Lady Macbeth told the guests that he was just going crazy.
Gaslighting.
You're not wrong. He said that he went back to the weird witch ladies and that they told him some prophecy saying to beware of this Macduff guy who fought in battle with Macbeth. These witches also told him some confusing stuff about forests moving and no man born of woman can kill him or something like that. Macbeth went into great detail about the visions.
So this guy actually thought that these women were witches and could see the future? He saw no problems in that logic?
He could have been hallucinating them from guilt, though. Or they could have had said some passing comments and he took it too far.
Yeah, who knows what really happened though, because everyone that he claimed saw them or believed in his story about the witches are dead now. It is kind of his fault. He has no one to vouch for his story, but he also, killed people. So does he really deserve someone to vouch for him?
Fair point.
Yeah, you aren't wrong.
It is believed that because of whatever these witches said about Macduff, Macbeth sent an assassin once again to kill Macduff's family, which really set this guy off. So Macduff was fuming and got his buddy Malcolm, who we heard from earlier, to come back and fight Macbeth.
Malcolm seriously came back?
Yeah, he wanted his title back, so he came back really quickly.
What happened with the Malcolm dude, though? He just dipped and then decided Macbeth wasn't as scary anymore?
From what sources say, Malcolm already had a huge problem with Macbeth as a ruler, so he was very ready to return and claim his title.
Well, he's braver than I am. If I knew a murderer, I would change my name and never come back.
Well, even crazier, Malcolm had a lot of people who didn't like Macbeth on his side. They literally stormed Macbeth's home, and during that, Macbeth's wife had apparently been driven crazy with guilt and ended up committing suicide as Malcolm and his men were storming the castle.
Not surprising. She was probably going to be killed anyway.
Either that or she knew there was no gold to be digging anymore.
Harsh, but probably true. Anyway, Malcolm and his men disguised themselves as the trees surrounding the castle and they moved to attack. Macduff made it inside the castle and ended up confronting Macbeth.
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 is correct. Macduff was furious at Macbeth for killing his family.
As he should be.
Also correct. Macduff then attacked Macbeth with a little dagger. I don't know how, but with a little dagger and managed to kill him. Most of our information on what Macbeth learned and claimed comes from private journals given to us by our previously mentioned anonymous source.
WS really is coming in clutch.
I know, right? Like, how in the world did they get this stuff?
Who knows? Anyway, Macduff said that Macbeth was very confused how Macduff could harm him because of the prophecy about no man being born of woman being able to harm him. From all the information that Macbeth had known, Macduff did have a mother.
Yeah, how would that work? Like, it's maybe possible now to not be born of women exactly, but how back when all this was happening?
The funny thing is, it isn't even that crazy of an answer. Macduff was just born through a C-section.
That makes no sense.
I'm just reading the information I was given. Well, anyway, once Macduff killed Macbeth, he apparently cut off his head and gave him to Malcolm to inform Malcolm that he is now king.
That's a messed up congrats card.
Yeah, that's really nasty.
It's one way to say, way to go, I guess. Well, that concludes this episode. Thank you all for listening. Tune in next time when we discuss everyone's favorite psychopath, Hamlet. Have a wonderful day, and remember, if you say Macbeth in a public theater, all actors hate you. Bye!
Bye, guys!
Bye, besties.